Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran, and I'm watching a video I've never seen before, and it's called Living on $120,000 a Year in the D.C. Area, Millennial Money. But before we get started, make sure to destroy the like button right there.
My military experience really opened my eyes a lot, and I'm from a suburban town in Pennsylvania where everyone is the same. Being in the military, you meet people from all different walks of life, and you get to understand different cultures and share different values that you wouldn't normally share unless you live in a big city.
I like this guy already. He's from a small town, so he automatically has good values, and he was smart enough to take the ticket out going in the military, which is usually the only way a lot of kids get out of a small town. So let's see what he does with it.
I'm Garrett Ramela. I'm 24 years old. I make $120,000 a year, and I live in the Washington, D.C. area. I work as an information systems and financial consultant. I'm a defense contractor for a company called Titan 10.
Let me tell you, this guy's in the right field. He's the kind of guy that looks like he should manage money. You trust him. He just looks the part. That's important. You got to look the part.
In my junior year of high school, I found out about a personal finance class, and everything just clicked. I'm like, you could go into a profession that you can learn more about your financial situation and also help other people.
Typical monthly budget of $12,000. This kid's got to be making money to afford that. That's not substantial for a 24-year-old.
That was really what planted the seed, and ever since then, I mean, I have been trying to learn everything I can.
Smart kid. Everybody has that kind of light bulb moment, or a few in a lifetime. This kid grabbed it and ran with it. He realized he could make a living, and he realized he understood it and was going to do okay with it. Bet this guy is a future rich guy. Let's see. I can't wait to see where he goes.
So whenever you go into the U.S. Armed Forces, you receive the VA Home Loan, which is a guaranteed program that allows you to purchase a property as your primary residence for zero money down. You don't have to pay for private mortgage insurance. When there's not 20% equity in the property, you don't have to have those additional payments, which is a really nice benefit. And you get a really good interest rate, which is really competitive in terms of conventional financing.
Pay attention to what he's doing right here. He's a smart kid. The biggest benefit in going into the military is not while you're in the military, it's after you get out. There are so many benefits, and he immediately is taking advantage of it. Young kid goes out and buys an apartment right away. No money down. Why wouldn't you buy an apartment? Yet many people don't bother to even take advantage of that. Right now, for a VA loan, you could get one for about 2.7%, which is about a third of a point less than 3%. But there's no insurance, no upfront costs, and no down payment. How smart that he took advantage of this. It includes 2 parking spots. I pay $1,600 a month in Manhattan for 1 car. I'm moving there.
I did learn over the past year. I mean, I'm young, so I can have roommates. I actually enjoy the company. So this year, I bought a 2-bedroom, and the goal is to always have a roommate, because 1, I'm never home, and 2, if I could provide one of my friends a place to stay at a cheaper price than what they're getting in DC, then I'm going to do that and help them out, and at the same time it helps me out as well.
Rather than renting out the 1 room to the roommate, the smartest thing he could do right now is to move out of that place and rent the whole apartment. He could get about $3,000 a month. Much better investment.
My plan is to not be here forever, but to continue purchasing properties, pulling equity out of other properties, and using the tax laws to really get a sizable real estate portfolio.
Okay, let's pause on this, because this is an important point. It is an opportunity that is available to everyone without any help from the VA. What you can do is you can buy your first piece of property and leverage it up. Every rich real estate person in the United States started exactly the way this kid is starting. You buy the first property, and as the rent goes up, you don't sell it. You put a new mortgage on it, because the bank will give you additional money because your rents are going up. And then you take that cash out without paying taxes. Listen to that again. Without paying taxes legally, and then you put it on a second piece of property. This is the way everybody who's filthy rich in real estate gets rich. The first chip you have on the board gives you the right to play the game.
Everyone always says like, hey, you spend $1,500 to go out to eat all the time. And being a business major and like kind of understanding economics, it's really an opportunity cost. So I will pay a premium to be able to eat out for convenience and not have to travel back home, especially in the DC area where traffic could be 2 hours.
I don't know if I'm buying this. It's an opportunity cost? No, he just wants a nice meal. Nothing's wrong with that. This guy works hard. If he wants to go out and spend that money, ignore what people say. If that's your pleasure, I'll tell you what it does. It motivates you. I did something nice for myself every time I made a deal. And because of that nicety, that little treat I gave myself, it made me want to do more deals. No. The kid, fine, $1,300 a month. Let him eat out as much as he wants. Who cares? I wouldn't have chosen that meal.
I really get to spend more time doing things that I love and not worrying about washing the dishes, which is the worst chore ever, even with a dishwasher.
Washing the dishes. I've been in this pandemic for 2 months. I'm the mom. Let me tell you, my family hasn't seen anything but a paper plate in 2 months. He should get paper plates.
The point of having passive income is to be able to have it rented and not have to worry about it. So that's the long-term goal. And then you also have the debt repayment. So when a tenant is in the property, they're paying off your mortgage. So over the course of 10 or 15 years, you're building up all this equity in a property that you could later take out and invest into other properties.
Listen to again what he's saying. He's saying the tenant's paying off your mortgage, and that's the golden ticket. Right? You just have to take the risk. The tenant pays off your mortgage and you're getting income all along the way. Pretty easy formula. 2 properties. Wait a minute. So he goes back and gets another V8 loan and buys another property? The guy's a tycoon. So he's making about $250 a month on that property. That's for now. Let's say the rent goes up 10%. Then what's happening is he's collecting like $1,900. 2 years later, the rent goes up another 10% because we'll ride with the market. Then he's getting $2,200. That's when you go back to the bank and say, I want to shake this property like a piggy bank. Can you give me more coins out of it? And they're going to say, yes, we'd love to do business with you.
And with both of the properties, yes, after all the expenses are paid, they make only a few dollars a month, $300 when everything's added up. But you have to take into account the appreciation that goes into place. So for example, the Alexandria property, it's actually located in North Old Town. And if you have watched the news lately, Amazon has come in to Crystal City. And just over the past year, the property values have went up, 20%.
This kid just got lucky. And you might say, wow, is he lucky? The companies moved in and the well-educated people came in and rents went up. No. He was lucky because he was in the game. He was there to catch the gold when it came. And you know what? You don't even have to wait to read about Amazon moving in or this or that. Everything is announced and negotiated way in advance. And if you're on your game, and you're reading the news, you could locate the next up-and-coming area if you just stay informed.
A lot of changes have happened in the last year that has required me to buy furniture or purchase renovation materials, and a lot of that was financed with short-term debt, credit cards. Instead of putting more into a savings account or into a retirement account, my main focus now is to get the debt repaid as quickly as possible.
I don't think Garrett needs to worry about the debt, quite honestly. I think it's a very good thing that he's wanting to pay it off. But remember, it's what you put on your credit card. What did you actually buy with the money? What he bought was improvement cost in solid real estate. Best use of the money. That's a business expense. To think about he should have an IRA at this age? No, I just don't believe in it. IRAs are so grossly overestimated for kids. It's almost like if you're 25, you don't have an IRA, you feel guilty. It's nonsense. You should feel guilty that you haven't figured out a way to make a fortune for yourself. And IRAs ain't going to make your fortune. Forget it. Garrett, take it off your worry plate. Come on, come on. What a hustler. My God, he went back to school, 2 schools. He's working at the same time, and he's investing in real estate, which proves one thing. If you want to get something done, ask a busy person to do it.
I want to be a CFO, and I think CFOs in the future really have to know how to use IT.
Clear as a bell. Quote, I want to be a CFO. Lovely. I love hearing someone clearly say where they're going, because that's the best shot at getting there.
So with my girlfriend, Indu, she lives in Seattle and I live in DC. You know, everyone's always like, oh, it's long distance, but it's not too bad because we get to see each other like once a month or once every other month.
A long distance romance is fabulous. You stay interested forever and you don't see what's wrong with the other person. He's got it all. He's not going to get married.
I do want to get to the point where I don't have to just live in one area. I could just travel, say, to Seattle for 2 weeks.
He said, I don't want to live in an area. He said, I don't want to live in an area. He didn't say, we don't want to live in an area after he introduced the girlfriend. Not a good sign. I mean, not a good sign for the girlfriend.
And to do that, you know, I have to focus on the real estate and, you know, buying real estate in different areas.
Well, thank God. Here's something I don't like at all. Everyone I know who lost a shirt in real estate after they did a couple of acquisitions lost it in somebody else's ballpark. If you know your neck of the woods, stay with it until you've saturated it. I only bought in Manhattan until I really couldn't find anything else that I could afford, and then I went to Brooklyn. I only bought in Brooklyn, and then I went on. The minute you go out to a different city and learn a market all over again, you tend not to ever do as well again.
I think I live nice. I mean, much more than, you know, where I came from. But I mean, I could be more frugal, but the thing is, I enjoy the lifestyle that I have, and you know,
You could be more
at the end
frugal.
of the day,
He
it's
is.
not like I'm just, you know, traveling every day or on experiences. You know, I try to buy things that'll be around in 20 years.
That's it? The title of this show doesn't really suit Garrett because it says make it. No, he made it. M-A-D-E, made it. He made it already. He's on the road to riches. You know what's great about real estate? It's the slow way to get very, very rich. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to CNBC Make It. And check out my podcast, Business Unusual, anywhere you subscribe to podcasts. See ya.